Okay, guys, we're gonna give it a shot here and learn SolidWorks together. You will have somewhere on your screen a SolidWorks icon. We're gonna double click at. Do not, if you see SolidWorks Explorer, don't pick that one. Pick the one that's more like a SolidWorks times 32 or something like that. And we will get a screen that looks like this. And all I want you to do is do File, New. And you'll get this. You're going to pick Part and say OK. And SolidWorks will get you to this point right here. Now, this is the SolidWorks environment. Everything that we're going to do, everything that I do, is all done in this simple basic concept window. Now I'm going to go flip over to something that looks a little more friendly. So I'm going to I want you to go over here and just click this sketch, and we will investigate the screen a little bit. You will see the standard kind of stuff. If you click File, you're going to see a lot of crazy things in here, but there's still the basic stuff you're used to, like New, Open, Close, Save, Print. Edit still has, when required, there's still Copy and Paste and Delete and Cut. There's a lot of views and a lot of other items here. We won't be worried about Cam right now, so if you see Cam, don't worry about that. Photo View 360, we won't be messing with that either. And Window, occasionally we'll have to do this to get something back, but nothing there. The floppy disk is still Save, okay? And there's a few other things, but we're not going to be playing with these kind of things. Okay, I'm going to make sure that you have a couple things set, and we're going to just pull this down up here. Customize, Commands, and we're going to go down to Tools, and I want you to make sure that you have the measuring tape. Just click and drag that up here. If you already have one, just click and drag it away. And we'll X out of that. And the other one is, you'll see some eyeglasses here. I want you to make sure that your View Sketch Relations is turned on. So if it's grayed out like that, I want you to turn it on and just off click. That's it. This will just get us set up for some other things. Right on is this area right here. Okay, you'll see I'm kind of like flipping through some things there. This is our workspace. This is where we're going to build our models, our assemblies, our sketches, everything in there. And the part we're going to start with is we need a place to draw. And so if we need a place to draw, there's probably one thing we're going to need, and that would be, is there an origin? And if you note over here on the right, in the middle of the screen, there is an orange dot. That is the origin. It is considered to be 0, 0, 0. That is X, Y, and Z. Remember, we're doing 3D. So if we're doing 3D, that means we're going to have 3 coordinates. But we won't worry about that. That'll start happening all by itself. For right now, we're going to think about everything we're going to do right now is 2D, X and Y. So I have a choice of the right plane, the top plane, the front plane. So we're going to use the front plane. So if I was over here, I would just go over to front plane, and I want you to left click. And there's a few icons up here. We're not going to worry about any of them, but I want you to get used to. You see the pencil drawing the blue line? Well, think of this as a pencil with blue ink in it, and it draws blue lines. Okay? So I want you to go ahead and left click that, and the system will show you the front plane. And the reason why we picked that is, take a look down here. X to the right, Y straight up. This is our favorite place to draw because X and Y look just fine to us. We also had a few things happen when we said use that little blue pencil. It's called Sketch. And if you take a look, we have a sketch here that we were starting. And we have an exit sketch up here. Now what I want you to do right now, since there's nothing happening, and I already kind of got us out of this happy mode over here, just hit exit sketch. Okay? Everything goes away. You'll notice the sketch says sketch, not exit sketch. That's always the dead giveaway that you're in sketch mode. This doesn't say exit sketch. So let's repeat what we did earlier. You can just come right into this, click left, click the pencil, and remember there's that orange dot meaning the middle of the origin, 0, 0, 0. But also notice that there's an asterisk. That asterisk means a point. In our system, that's a point. If I go up to here, you'll notice there's a, if I hover over that, it says point. Well, in this case here, it's telling you SolidWorks has already drawn a point for you. It's called the origin. We'll use that sometimes, but a lot of times it's just a point to go around and help keep symmetry. Now, in order to draw, we have to have something to draw and to draw with, and everything either is, if you go up here in the top left, you'll notice there's lines, there's circles, there's splines, rectangles, center point arcs, ellipses, text, slots, polygons, and fillets. And there's also the point. So if you go over to the rectangle here, and I'm not getting a pull down or hover right now, I don't know why. Oh, there it is. Center rectangle, so sketches a rectangle from the center. Well, if I pull this down, I got a whole bunch of kind of rectangles. I got corner rectangles, center rectangles, 3-point rectangles, 3-point center rectangles, and parallelograms. Well, I would like for you to pick the center rectangle, and you just click right on there, and it's going to say, okay, I got you a center rectangle. When I come back to the screen, look what happened. My pencil has a rectangle attached to it. So, all I got to do is take my center, put my pencil on the center, on that origin dot, click it, pull to the right, and pull down. And do this very slowly. Now, over on the left, you'll see that there's a number on my screen, and it's blue. That means I can type in what I want this box to be, this rectangle. So I'm going to type in a 2.500 and hit enter. Now look what happened. The top box is saying, okay, well, how wide do you want this box? Well, I'm going to make it 3.500, enter. So I have just made a box, and I've already got some numbers on it. But you notice my rectangle, it wants to keep drawing. And I don't want to do any more drawing in rectangles, so I'm going to show you a trick. Just right click, and you will get a whole pile of stuff, okay? But what you really want is you want to pick select. So just click that with your left click, and you'll notice the rectangle's gone. In fact, select is a mode by itself. It means give me an arrow to go look at things. So I can pick this, and I can pick this, and I can pick that. Now you remember I told you about the origin? Well, if I pick this number, take a look over here, minus 175, 1.25. But if I click the origin, what would you expect it to be? That's right, 0 and 0. If I pick the top right one, you'll notice that it's plus 1.75, plus 1.25. From 0, that's over 1.75 and up 1.75. If I pick the top left one, you'll notice it's still the same y height, 1.25, but over here, it's minus 1.75. So that is the origin. We're going negative to the left, we're going positive to the right, we're going positive up, and we're going negative down. So if I pick this corner, I would expect to have 2 negative numbers. Oops, I just moved that. I will hit the undo button right up here. So I have 2 numbers, okay? Minus 175 and minus 1.25. Up here, same thing, only it's positive. These will be 1 negative, 1 positive, so positive, positive. So we've already seen how this works. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and dimension this. Okay, we want to put dimensions on this. I know we told the system what we'd like to have, but we have to tell it for sure now. So we're going to go over here. We're going to go up to a thing called Smart Dimension. So there it is. I picked Smart Dimension. You see how it's lit up now? If I click it again, it goes white, like it's not used. If I click it again, it's used. Notice I have a little thing, looks like a little dimensioning thing on there. I'm just going to click the orange, click this top line, it turns orange. I click it, and I pull straight up, and I click that. And it says 3.5, and I hit yes. Then I want to click this one, pull it to the left, and it says 2.5, and I say yes. And I hit green check mark. So I've just dimensioned it. Now notice that the box is all black now. It was blue. That's because it wasn't defined yet. Now you remember that trick we want to get? I have this dimension thing attached to me. I want to get rid of it. I do a right click, and what do I click? Select. And now it's gone. A fully dimensioned and defined sketch is going to have black lines all over it. That's the way it works. Once this happens, that means this thing is locked down. Now, when a center point rectangle draws, it does a lot of things for us. It already put in these little cross lines and all kinds of things like that. Well, a lot of times we don't want that. So what we might want to do is get rid of them. So we're going to learn how to erase some things. Now to erase things, they have an interesting name for this. It's called trim. Okay, right up here. If I pull this down, you'll see trim entities and extend entities. We're just going to worry about trimming right now. Okay? So all I want you to do is click trim, and we're going to go over here and make sure that power trim's picked. We'll get to these other ones, but you only pretty much use power trim. Okay? It's very fun to use. Okay, if I put my mouse right here and I hold the left click button down and I start drawing, you'll see a little gray line. Well, everything I cut will disappear. There you go. So I just got rid of all the little lines. So in order to get rid of the trim tool, I could go back and do select, just like I did before. And I want to show you a couple other things here. There are some sketch relations showing here, and I'll have to make sure that your stuff all has the View Sketch Relations button on. And it tells you things like, see, it says that's a vertical, it's line 2. There's a vertical line 4, horizontal line 1, and horizontal line 3. And I have a coincidence of the origin point 1 and the origin of the part. So I have this part has an origin that's coincident with the origin, meaning it's attached to it. We're going to go on to a second section on a lot more sketching from here, so we're going to switch over to that video.